Namaste, Namaskaram, Vanakkam, Namo Namaha, Jai Mataji. On this Durga Navaratri 2021, let's look at a section from the Vedas, the Mundaka Upanishad, not to be confused with the Mandukya Upanishad, which fully describes the Pranava Om. Mundaka Upanishad in the Vedas is attributed to Mata Kali Ji. Munda literally means shaved, cut, cropped. And we could look at this also as the symbolic imagery, however ghastly, of Mother Kali holding up the severed head. Of course, we have to be extremely careful with this image, especially in today's area of terrorism. We have to realize that this is purely symbolic of shaving, cutting, cropping, working with our own ego, refining it, making it our best friend instead of our worst enemy. We don't want to get rid of our ego, something actually impossible in this physical existence. We want to simply refine it. So keeping that in mind, let's look at one portion of the Mundaka Upanishad. And this is a translation that I did, and I took a little poetic license to make it rhyme and meaningful for everyone. But it's true to the intent of the original scripture. So again, thinking of the wisdom and the often severity of Mother Kali, ignorant of their ignorance, yet wise in their own esteem, these deluded individuals, proud of their vain learning, go round and round, like the blind led by the blind. Living in ignorance, immature, unaware of any higher good or goal, they fall again and again into the sea of samsara, or reincarnation, a basic Hindu belief. But those who are pure in heart, who practice, who meditate, contemplate, and conquer their senses and passions, they shall attain the immortal Atmana, source of all light and source of life. Remember Hindus, Atmadarshana Paramo Dharma. Here's a famous analogy, like two golden birds perched on the self-same tree. Intimate friends, the ego and the Atmana, dwell in the same body. The former eats the sweet and sour fruits of the tree of life, while the latter looks on in detachment without strife. As long as we think we are only the ego, we feel attached and fall into sorrow. But realize that you are the Atmana and you will be freed from sorrow. When you realize that you are the Atmana supreme, source of light, supreme source of love, you transcend the duality below and above. The Ishvara of love shines in the hearts of all. Seeing it in all creatures, the wise forget themselves in the service of all. The Atmana is their joy and their rest. Such as they are, lovers above the rest. By faith, truth, contemplation, and self-control, one can enter into this state of old. See the Atmana shining in a pure heart, and then your life will truly start. Truth is victorious, never ultimately untruth. Truth is the way, truth is the goal, reached by sages of old. The effulgent Atmana is beyond thought, shines in the greatest, but can never be bought. Shines in the farthest, shines in the nearest, shines in the secret chamber of the heart so dearest. Beyond the reach of the senses in me, but not beyond the reach of a still mind, you see. Through the practice of deep contemplation, beyond the reach of words and works, but not beyond the reach of a pure heart, true love always works. Sages are granted all the help indeed in everything they do to serve those in need. Let all those who seek enlightenment love and honor Dharma's intent. The wise have attained the yogic state and see only the resplendent divine fate. Desiring nothing in the physical world, they have become one within this spiraling whirl. Those who dwell on and long for sense pleasure live in a world of pain beyond measure. But let them realize that they are the soul, self, and all the pain falls away by itself. Not merely by discourse, not merely through the intellect, the Atmana reveals itself to those who have this intent. Those who long for the Atmana with all their heart are chosen by the Atmana, that thou art, Tattvamasi. Not by the weak, nor by deceit, not by those who hide behind words so sweet. What the sages sought they have found at last. No more questions have they to ask. With hard ego extinguished, they are at peace, seeing the Atmana of love in each. They have attained the summit of wisdom by the steep path of dharmic vision. They have attained immortality and are united with that which is beyond duality. When they leave the body, the vital force, they return to the cosmic source. Yujatman Brahmancha. The flowing river is lost in the sea, and the illumined sage is lost in spiritual reality. The flowing river has become the sea, and the illumined sage is forever free. Those who know the Atmana attain immortality, and even their family begins to see. This is the great truth, taught in ancient times by Hindu sages of spectacular minds. Let us honor these illumined ones and follow the Dharma until we have won. And chant from the top of the mountain you see, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Jai Mataji, Kali Durga Parvati, Mahalakshmi Saraswati. So, dear Hindus, keep the power and the wisdom of the Matajis in your life every day, not simply on Navaratri time. Jai Mataji.